Not today, not today, 'cause if it's over, let it go and come tomorrow. It will seem so yesterday, so yesterday. I'm just a bird that's already flown away. Laugh it off, let it go when you wake up. It will seem so yesterday, so yesterday. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. We're going to do Earth 2 as well today. Shane did have a little bit of a talk today at the Enter the Metaverse thing, just talking about really his inspiration for this, why he did this, how he came up with those thoughts. Also, before we get started, everyone check out Star Helix, Kyle Wilson on YouTube, and at EQ_crypto, at NotStarHelix, and at HeyDavidDon on the Twitter. I am sorry for the late stream. I was supposed to have a podcast today with a Mary Brule retail specialist, knowing the ins and outs of a major retailer, talking about NFTs, talking about which ones are the ones that she thinks would be able to go and pair really well a digital item with a physical item, because we are going to get to the nitty-gritty in those in the future. I will, however, go over that with Jeremy Pador tomorrow. It will be on Wendy Stabalis' stream. Me, Taps Trades, Wendy Stabalis, and a few other people are going to be interviewing Jeremy Pador. Get your Pokemon questions ready. I will be asking at least two of those. I think everyone's going to be asking at least two of those. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun time. Again, that did not work out with her tonight, so I figured I would save a lot of that for tomorrow. But yeah, Shane from Earth 2 pretty much saying, and also be advised, guys, I have gotten so many more bids on a bunch of my properties in the last couple days since that Tier 1, Tier 2 thing came out. If you do not know, Tier 1 tiles are going to be tiles that from last year up until December 1st. December 1st and beyond are Tier 2 tiles. Tier 1 are going to be the best. Now, it doesn't matter if you purchase Class 2, Class 1, Class whatever. Those tiles are going to be Tier 2. If you purchase Class 1, 2, 3, or 4 by November 30th and below, those are Tier 1. So, jewels were rising again up to like 35 cents. So they were like 7 cents. They're up to 32, down to 25, up to 35. So they were... I had a couple people message me saying like, hey, like, how's it going with Earth 2? Listen, be advised, guys, they just announced their crypto, which is Essence. We don't have a way to buy it just yet. We will probably have that way in the next couple of weeks. I would say by the end of the year, we might have one way to buy it. If not, we'll definitely get that next year. Up until December 14th, we do have, they are going to start giving out more Essence, which I think will be really cool. December 15th, they won't. December 15th is my birthday, so I cannot wait to see what happens with there on Earth 2. For Veve, Akomi, Omi, and all that, let me just exactly read what is going on. Actually, let me text a friend of mine. It's like, wait, let me bet you on the time. I'm supposed to go to Hicks Nursery. Yeah, let me know. Streaming now. Talk to you soon. Okay, so what we have, and I'll just read the thumbnail real quick for those of you that have not read that. You just clicked on it. Basically, worldwide consumer spending in Veve Collectibles app in the months of 2021. January, there was nothing. It's $13,000. In February, there was a just giant increase, like a 40x, going to $536. Also, guys, if you really want, she didn't pay me for this, but I might as well say it because she is a homie. I don't even know her name. What's her? Limburger Cheese, Lim Burger Cheese, is a buddy of mine. She, again, Lim, so Lima, India, Mike, Burger Cheese. She wants you to add her. Sometimes she has fun Snapchats. I think I might be on one of them. Nope. Let me show you if she... No, never. Disregard. There's none left. So, moving on with... Oh, yeah. So, let me go back to the Akomi real quick. And let me show you exactly what we have. So again, the first 2 months not that much, but be advised, January, even though we only had $13,000, we 40x that in February, $536,000 in the app, which again, not a ton compared to what we have now, but that's a 40x in 1 month. And then what did we have? We had another 14x going to 7.2 million in March, 7.1 in April, 5.4 million in May. These were times where the app was not doing well. The app had a lot of people frustrated because they didn't have good experiences. Where we would try to get the Ultraman, we would try to get whatever, and the app would freeze on us. People would, so it went down a little bit. Even in June, 3.2 million, but then after that in July, 6.5 million. In August, 8.8 million. September, 14.8 million. October, $20.8 million. And that was during was that in DesignerCon? Let me see. Let me take a look-see here. Yes, that was with DesignerCon. DesignerCon was, I'm sorry, that DesignerCon was during November. So October we had 20.8 million, and in November we had 34.5 million in grossing revenue for that, which is a ton of money. Obviously, that was the most. Will we get more in December? You could make the argument that in November, like, hey, a lot of people are cashing out for MTL, so they're selling super cheap, and the whales that are in is like, well, this particular NFT, let's say Storm, was $1,900, which was what I bought it at, and now they're selling it for like $875. It's like, okay, might as well buy that now. Buy a couple of them because it's literally 50-something% off. If you're a smart shopper, why would you not get something that's 50% off that you were probably going to get anyway? Or if you said like, hey, you know what? I don't really need another one, but at 50% off, I might as well stock up. Listen, I think December, which again, the Jim Henson thing, the David Bowie, the all that, probably won't happen until early 2022. But I think there's a couple of properties that we might be able to get in December, such as Muppets Christmas Carol, maybe a Muppets Take Manhattan, anything that happens to do with Christmas, just because that is a couple, like 3-ish weeks away. That being said, I think in December we will see a little bit of a decline, just because some people are like, hey, I can't afford this. I need to pay for my kids' presents and all that. They need to like keep up with the Joneses. Buy not even their own kids. Like, hey, we need to buy these people presents for Christmas because we need to make them think that we're doing good and that we can afford these presents. I freaking hate that. But I digress. That's just going to happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope people are selfish, and I hope they think about themselves and like, hey, this is my financial future. And again, I really hope that's the case. But most likely we'll go back down to slightly under 30-ish million. But there's a chance that we don't. There's a chance that because we've been getting tens of thousands of people each week, that, out of, let's say, another 40,000 people that join us, plus, in December, let's say 1,000 of that is just people just putting in, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars each. So that's several million. And like I said, Lewis Morgan, the guy that co-founded Gymshark, the guy that's worth over $100 million, when I asked him, hey, what percentage of your net worth do you think you'd put into this? And he says about 2 to 3%. That's a couple $1 million. And that was also like 2 weeks ago where he said, be advised, I just found out about this app last week. So he's known about it for about a month. Go to NFT Pirates page, had a whole interview with him. It was pretty awesome. I think that once we get on Immutable X, once we're on exchanges, once they are able to really go with Rogers and Cowan and utilize them to the fullest, that we get $2 billion in revenue next year. And I say that, again, this is not just with the store sales. It has to do with the secondary market as well. I think that in the future, we do, well, and let's do the math on this. Let's do the math and let's say it's exactly $2 billion. 2 billion divided by 12 is about $166 million each month. Chavez, that is ridiculous. That's legit. So exactly what I'm saying is, okay, Chavez, you're saying that November, the highest grossing month in Veve's history, 34 million, You think that we're going to get 5x that average each month in next year? When you say we're going to go down and probably decrease in December? Yes, I do. Am I Obama in like 2007 campaigning? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, 100% we can. Why? Because again, this is only, we have what, 1.1, maybe 1.2 million monthly active users. This is nothing because there are people like me and people like the whale group that I'm in that has hundreds of millions of OMI. I have 100 million OMI, 115.7 now. I'll have 115.7 by the end of the day. It is officially Friday, so TGIF, happy Friday. And they're just going to put in a bunch of OMI. They're going to put in a bunch of everything. It's going to burn so much from the circulating supply. Yeah, so I think, again, in order to reach 2 billion, it's $166 million each month. It's like, well, Chavez, that has to literally 5x from here. Okay, all right, well, let's go with June. June to July, we 2x'd. Now, July to August, we only increased about 25%, but August to September, we increased about 80%. Now, September to October, it was roughly about 45%. And then from October to November, it was about, that was more than half, that was actually about 75% increase. If we, let's say even at 30 million in December, and we start off hot in January when we have Immutable X and we're on exchanges, and we don't have to be 100 million in revenue each month, really, until sometime in Q2, maybe even Q3. Once we're, even if we have 50, 60, 70, 80, up to 100 million by the time we get June or July, and then we start increasing by 40%. Again, be advised, this growth is ridiculous. But let's say we take the cheapest. Let's say we go and we say, hey, we're just going to grow by 50%. Let's say we start with 30 million in December, which is downward from here. Then we go to 45 million in January. Then we go to 66 million in February. Then it's about 99 or 100 million in March. And then from then on, it's up above 100 million. Then it's 150 million. Then it is 225 in May. And then it is, again, another 50% growth from there. 225 plus about 112. So it's be about 337 in July. Like, that is ridiculous. And that's at 50%. We have had a lot of months where we are growing a lot more than 50%, like 40x and 14x and doubling. Like, there is 50%, I think, is going to be normal. But be advised, guys, once we get, there's so many more people now, and if you think that, like, this is it with 1.2 million people, if you think that we are not going to have millions of people come in from Central and South America, from China, I bet you we have 10 million people and by the end of next year. And what is 10 million people? All right, let's take a look-see. 10 million people times, let's say $100, all right? That is $1 billion per month. All right, 10 million people spending $100, which is nothing. It is literally $1 billion a month in revenue. Most people don't even go for, and again, it's like, Chavez, well, why is this happening? Why this interval? This can't keep increasing forever. Forever, no, but short term, 100% it will. Short term, we are going to have a lot of people come in that maybe don't care about anime, maybe don't care about Dragon Ball Z, maybe they don't care about really cool things like Pokemon, like my shirt, but maybe they care about The Little Prince, maybe they care about Disney princesses, maybe they care about Jim Henson and the Muppets because they were at their grandma's and all they got was 5 channels, 2, 5, 7, 11, and 13, and that's what they watched. And they just decided, you know what? Life was simpler 30 years ago at my grandma, so I'm going to spend stuff on Sesame Street and the Muppets. If you think that we're only going to have 3 drops a week for the rest of the... back in the... literally, I would say back in the day, earlier this year, we only had 1 drop every other week. Let me repeat that. We had 1 drop every 14 days. every now and then we wouldn't have a drop until every 21 days because they had to do stuff or whatever. Now we have 3 drops a week on average. We have 2 comics and we have a collectible. At DesignerCon, what do you think happened? We had multiple drops each day. If you think that is not a glimpse into our future, if we are not holding a crystal ball of what will be in the future, you are sadly mistaken. You are just lying to yourselves. That is just not what's going to happen. So I think by the end of next year, not only do we have 10 million people, but I think we have a minimum of 1 drop every day, which would not even double of where we are now. We have 6x of where we were earlier this year, where we had 1 drop every 2 weeks, and now we have 6 drops every 2 weeks. Because again, usually it is 2 comics and we have a collectible. Now, not only are there more people in the market, not only are there more people that are just buying out the secondary market literally a half hour after it comes out, there's more and more people, and this is without OMI. This is with people like me spending hundreds of thousands of dollars into the OMI coin and not being able to use it with no utility. When that happens, what on earth do you think is going to happen? And I know I've been ranting for 16 minutes right now, but this is warranted. This is something I have heard nobody else talk about. Granted, the news just came out today, but the idea that, again, the average the average disposable income, meaning money that you have after you pay all your bills for a household in America, is about $1,700 per month. And I'm talking about 10 million people spending $100 per month at $1 billion. That is $1 billion with a B, bravo, per month. And that's just with 1 drop every day. Again, that's just a doubling almost. Instead of, again, we've 6x'd from the drops from earlier this year to this year. You think we can't double? You think that we can't go from 3 to 6 drops a week every single week? You are sadly mistaken. There's going to be more things like San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con and DesignerCon where we have weekends or weeks like that where there are drops every day and multiple drops each day. So I'm going to get to questions now. I've ranted long enough. Thank you all for listening. I'm going to see what we got here. Eric Electric says, yo! David Rosenbaum says, bruh. Wes says, yo, let's freaking go. Hey, Rosenbaum says, I'm too old for this late night stuff. I'm too old for it too. I was just with a friend, and I was supposed to do a podcast with her, but it didn't work out, and I really wanted that podcast, so I decided to grace you guys with a solo presence tonight. When Pokemon says, let's go, I'm ready. That reminds me of Pokemon Puzzle League, where you go and you're Richie, like, I'm ready, are you? And what do we got? We got Asaya with a $2 super chat. That's another thing. Why comics pumping? I think it's because there are more people like Sleepin' Comics, like Comics and Crypto, that are just going around and saying like, hey guys, these are stupid undervalued, and they're going around and just buying a fudge ton of these. The commons of Marvel #1 is over $100. That's bananas. Back, literally when this first came out, you could get them for like $5 per. That's insane. That's insane. You literally 20x your money, in a couple of months. Potsy Weber says, let's get this bread. Let's go, Potsy Weber. I don't know if you had listened to my first 17 minutes of just ranting, but I think that was a pretty good rant. I think that was something that was pretty special. But thank you all for the super chats. Y'all are my bays. Let me get back to the comments here up there. But yeah, the comics are pumping. I think it's because more and more YouTubers are talking about it, and people are like, oh, these are stupid undervalued. Again, just my opinion. Wes says, David Rose's mom, Randy's too pumped to wait. I am very pumped. I couldn't wait, because again, I have 2 podcasts tomorrow, minimum. Let's see what we got here. Thank God there's no drop tomorrow. But I do have to be somewhere at 11. And then I have to be on Wendy's stream at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have Ian Waller to be on my podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I had to do this here. We also got Giovanni Day says, choo-choo, the train is here, it's hungry. All right, moving on. And Connor says, hello, Randy. Hello, all. Hello, everybody. Ethan Youngberg says, wow, late live stream. Yeah, I didn't want to necessarily do this, but it's just like, I saw that before. And be advised, I didn't even read the article. I was just going off, predictions. The article is called Veve Collectibles leads NFT trading space on mobile with more than 100 million in consumer spending. Nothing. That is nothing. We are going to be doing that. I think we can do that in Q2 of next year. Have $100 million each month, and then just rising from there, like meteoric rising. Newcomer pulls ahead. Yeah, the 4 apps studied in the Sensor Tower's analysis include Veve, Fantastic Swap, Our Song, and Sweet. I don't know about any of the other ones. All of which focus on trading collectibles rather than wallet functionality. Aside from Veve, the cohort launched their mobile apps in 2019, far ahead of the boom in NFT trading. Although the 3 apps saw a lift in spending and adoption during 2021, Veve has outpaced the others despite launching only in October of 2020. Jesus, it's bananas. Let's see what this says. Worldwide installs of top NFT apps by month 2021. Like, that's insane. That is Jesus. All right, moving on. Freddie Mercury says, hi, Randy. Hi, Dashy. What's going on, Shinferno? How's it going? Lord of the Realm says, Randy and Dashy, we're all heading into the next galaxy. We are. If number says, Randy, I need advice. Should I sell my Pop Life poster and get C3PO? I'm not going to lie. I'm not 100% sure what the Pop poster is, but I think most people know who C3PO is. Now, be advised, I think that a lot of the potential holds in with some of these unknown artists, and probably a couple of them will blow up. A couple of them will be like, oh, wow, this is, and they're just going to be like the next big thing. Is it going to be all of them? No, absolutely not. Is it going to be some of them? I think so. And do some of these things have a chance of 10xing? Yeah, but again, if you have any random artist on here versus like a C3PO, okay, well, what's most likely still going to be very valued in 50 years? Probably the C3PO over anything else. Again, that's just my opinion. That's what I would do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on the YouTube, and I'm going to, well, if I saw mine on here, yes, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a like. It'd be great if everyone else did so. David Rosenbaum says, no excuses. BK Ben says, how do you know anyone from Veve to gets their attention to do the same thing they did for comic setup on the market? How clean it looks to do the same on your collection? Let me read that again because I don't know if I got that. You know, anyone from Veve gets their attention to do the same thing they did for the comic setup on the market, how clean it looks, do the same as... I think you can do that just going to your profile and going to your full sets. And you go to your full sets and it takes you to that. I think that's really good. If you don't want to do it that way, it's like, well, I don't have that many sets, and in order to see certain sets, you have to have at least one of the set. I would say go to the brands, go on that. I'll show you what I'm talking about too. Let me just X out of there. Do this. Yes, I mentioned your Snapchat. So Veve. It is taking a second, so I will do this. Okay, there we go. Now, what you can do is just go to your full sets, and then you can just, as long as you have one in each set, it'll bring it up. Now, if you say, well, there's this one set that I want to look at that I don't have any of them in the set, then what you do is you go to the store, and then up top, you go to where it says brands, and then you could just look at whichever one you want, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything that you have or don't have. So, moving on. Freddie Mercury says, late, 6 in the morning. Well, I'm glad you're up. I hope you're up for the day and not that you just haven't gone to bed yet. Although, be advised, guys, yesterday I had this, it was yesterday, at 4 in the morning, so like 20 hours ago, or 22 hours ago, like whatever it was, 18 hours ago, at like 2 in the morning, I had this really weird, I was on TikTok and everything was really scary. I was just on the weird part of TikTok where there was jump scares and I was scared, and I literally had my Wolverine claws in, and I was thinking, and of course, like, I was bad, so I was naked, so I was just like, all right, if I hear a noise, I'm going to attack you. And I said this in like the Wolverine, like, if I hear a noise, I'm going to attack you with my claws, and I'm also naked. So, so I was like, basically, if you don't want a naked brown man attacking you with, like, I'm armed, then don't do anything. And I think the ghost listened because nothing attacked me. So, I am fine. Yeah. All right, moving on. Omar Kasaje says, "Hey Randy and Dashi, getting more coffee for this awesome stream. Why thank you. Why thank you so much." Kurt says, "What's up, Randy? Love the shirt." Ah, it is Gyarados. Omar Kasaje says, "Yes, mention about how fun will it be to evolve Pokemon on VV." Oh, for Jeremy Pador? I don't know. I don't know how fun it'll be. We'll see. Ethan Number says, "Wait, how is Tier 1 tiles decided? It's anything that was bought before December 1st. Those are Tier 1. Kurt says, "Tagged you in a tweet a few hours ago. Fun stuff." You gotta send it to me. I have like a lot of tags each hiccups each day. Tag me in it again or send it to me. It's a lot. It just gets lost, man. It just gets lost in the Twitterverse, unfortunately. Justin says, "Don't mind me. I'm asleep." Oh, well, go to bed, Justin. David Rose's mom says, "These numbers are insane. This is from a company that had like 7 employees a year ago." That's true. I'm pretty sure they have outsourced a lot of their work, but yeah, that's insane growth. Just says at David Rose's mom, 100%. Amera says, "Oh, Omi ring, Omi." Doesn't say, "Are you counting the app store fees and licensor fees, etc.?" This is just gross. I don't know how it was calculated, but that is gross. That is combined with the market. I'm sorry, with the store in conjunction with the secondary market. I don't know if they subtract those fees. I think again, this is just grossing the revenue. Connor says, "Randy, do all your properties have tier 2 jewels plus these 2 ether?" It doesn't. I really want to wait until, and again, I get it. Spend a little bit of essence, grab some more, plus 2 ether jewels, and you'll make it back. I get it. But I don't want to just yet. I want to wait and see how things play out before I do that. Ken says, "I think VV NFTs / Omi, Sand, and Earth 2 will rock it during the next bull run. It will be super epic. #Metaverse. I think they will as well." Tylo says, "Are you talking about next year?" Yes, I am. Wes says, "VV accessories in the VVverse will be 100% profit for VV and won't have to pay IP for it." Agreed. Be advised, guys, if they have something that says, "Hey, if you want a statue of Alex, Reese, Trevor, drivable taps, or even me," and they make it, that will be 100% go to them. All that Omi will be burned. There's no licensor fee. There's no IP fee. There's none of that. Whatever furniture they have for your house, whatever statues they have. Now, they'll probably also have statues, like if anyone plays Brilliant Diamond, where you're going and digging for stuff, and you get these statues of Roserade and Gallade, and like maybe like a Snorlax or whatever. That would go to Nintendo. That would go to the Pokemon Company. But if it's just something like a cabinet or whatever for your house, or even a second floor to your house, that all goes to Vivi. So very pumped about that. Justin says, "Vivi's going to slap us all in the face in the best way possible." Agreed. Wes says, 10 million people at the end of next year? Yeah, I believe so. Because again, China has 900 million smartphones. If 1% of them gets in, that's 9 million people added right there. That's our 10 million. And again, I think by the end of December, we have even more monthly users than we did last month, which was 1.1. I think we have 1.3, maybe even more. Who knows? Ethan Youngberg says, "Randy, I used to think I was overestimating how much money I was going to make off of Vivi, Earth 2, and Omi. Now I think I was underestimating. We are about to be wealthy." I think so as well. I think that in the presence of I think we're in the... I don't think we know what's happening. Like, a bunch of us can speculate. A bunch of us can say, like, oh, this, and this, but nobody really knows. The one who gets closest will just be considered lucky. Maybe they'll be considered like, oh, he knows, but it's all luck. I think we're all underestimating this. Now, again, I do like to be conservative, and there's a chance that the conservative thing works, but I just see this blowing the roof off everything. again, there's no marketing. They can turn this on so heckin' quickly and double, if not triple, their numbers in a month if they wanted to. Like, Jesus. Again, right now it's just mostly by word of mouth. And actually, Alex, I don't even know. He didn't say like don't keep this to yourself, but he says like, hey, listen, guys, there's a bunch of people that were making content, and we didn't know that this would happen this quickly. And he says, I'm not saying don't make content. He's like, I'm just saying that it's just wild. He was just surprised, and I think it caused more work for them than they thought. But it is a good problem to have. They're very thankful that we all do this, but he just said, yeah, I never expected this, and I never expected this either. It is my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. So I'm going to do. Okay, where am I? What was it? I woke up, it was 7. I waited till 11 just to figure out that no one would call. I think I've got a lot of friends, but I don't hear from them. What's another night all alone when you're spending every day on your own? And here it goes. I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares that you're alone in the world is having more fun than me tonight. Maybe when the night is... Okay. Harrison Q says, hi. Hello. Justin says, crank up the money machine, Veve. Crank it up. Wes says, 1 drop every day. Yeah, I think that we'll probably get 6 drops a day, if not more. I think by 2023, there's drops every day, and there's multiple drops every day. Why? Because, again, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, just them by themselves, we could have 1 drop every day, where they could have 2 drops a week. And I just, over the course of 10 years, we'd maybe finish. And that's just that with 2 drops each week. Not including Pokemon, not including Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god, Nintendo games. Like, there's so much that still has. There's a bunch that was announced that we don't have yet. Jurassic Park, 2 of the Star Treks. You have Capcom and Street Fighter, like, and this is not including gamification. It's not including land. This is not. Oh my god. This is not again. They just announced a huge brand with Jim Henson, with the Muppets and Sesame Street and Labyrinth. It's Jesus. This is okay. I'm alive. This should not have happened. The idea that we can get all of these brands is just something that this seems like a dream. If you were to wake up one day and this was all a dream, and you tell someone, guys, I just had the most psychedelic dream where they had Marvel and DC and Disney and Star Wars and Captain America, like all these amazing things, and you could play with Marvel and DC, Mighties and action figures on the same platform. Everyone's like, you couldn't tell that this was a dream? Like, you couldn't tell, like, this is insane. This is no words. Justin says, rant harder. Mark D says, Veve only available in 1 language, for F's sake. Nobody even talks about localization. Like 74% of internet users refuse to or can't buy in English. It's very true. There's going to be pockets of this game. Like, again, in America, for those of you that aren't in America, there is Chinatown. There's Little Italy. There's Little Haiti in Miami. Like, again, all these in New York. Chinatown, Little Italy. There's a bunch of places in New York where you go there and there's no English signs. Go to Brooklyn and go to Coney Island. There's a bunch of street signs that are all in Russian. There's no English there. Like, and this is in America. Go to Florida again. Little Havana. There's a bunch of Spanish people over there. There's even in America. I think Wendy posted the statistic the other day. She said on my stream, there's like 20 million people in America that speak Spanish. Guarantee a few of those million don't even speak English, and that's just in America, not including the rest of North America and Mexico, not including Central America, not including South America. Now again, I get it. A lot of countries in Southern America where in Brazil the average minimum wage is $10 a day. You're probably not going to spend hundreds of dollars each month if you're making $10 a day. But you could spend $7 on a comic. You could do, yeah. That was insane. So moving on. Mm-hmm. Wes says Ethereum whales haven't even entered yet. Yeah, that's the other thing. Crypto whales haven't entered. This is Jesus. Asaya says, why comics pumping? I think it's because we have a lot more YouTubers that are going over comics and that are just, even people like me that I never really collected them. I read a lot of them. I had a whole 2-hour live stream of why I knew that Hitmonkey was going to be really good. And guess what? It is. And it wasn't because the physical comics were worth a lot. They're not. I mean, they rose up a lot now. It's because that nobody knew about it. Like, nobody know. Like, there was a TED Talk once that says, like, everybody likes classical music, but nobody knows it. Like, not everybody knows it. People just don't know it yet. I've seen it before with Hitmonkey. Like, people, as again, not only are people going to love him in general, as a very sympathetic story, but he's coming out with a show as well. And Hulu takes care of their shows. They do, especially when it's financed by Disney. So, moving on. Potsy Weber says, let's get this bread. Let's go, Potsy Weber. Blood Gunslinger, the hash ringing, the pash singing, the hash slinging slasher. Says, I'm making a murder mystery island on Earth 2. I purchased an entire island off North Korea, Arkand Empire. That's going to be an amazing novel. That's going to be an amazing story. I can't wait to be a part of that. That sounds great. Kurt says, in the Veveverse, we need to have these talks around a campfire while Omi is burning. Oh, that's good. Actually, if there is something in the Veveverse that says, like, hey, a couple hundred Omi for a fire pit, cool. And then they have, like, little, like, instead of logs to burn in your fire pit, they have Omi rings. And Omi rings are made out of wood or whatever, and you burn that as you're essentially burning the Omi. It's like, oh, I gotta get that to the team because that's freaking amazing. Somebody write, am I SpongeBob? Write that down. Am I James when Ash is using Ekans attacking like Pikachu? It's like, oh, take notes. Connor says, this is insane. Yes, we have this critical ball. The name is Randy. I'm doing everything I can to put more in Omi and E2. Heck yeah. All right, let me go to the Twitter and post that real quick. Excuse me. Go to tweet in the hashtag Veveverse. I want there to be buyable fire. Oh god, I misspelled buyable. Fire pits and Omi rings made out of wood, so we can burn the Omi wood and chat around the fire. Okay, all right. Moving on. David Rose's mom says, I'm a buy and hold kind of guy, but I definitely paper hand some of the early comics. Yeah, I did too. Giovanni Day says, choo choo, the train is here. Hey-o. Connor says, Crystal? This is insane. We have this crystal ball. There it is. The name is Randy. I am the crystal ball. I am a shark. Eric Soto says, you think they will extend number of editions if we continue to get more users? Because then it won't reach that 1 billion monthly unless more drops. There will be more drops. The number of editions might increase a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, it's just going to be more drops. Joseph says, we will get all the demographics. I agree. And more and more people join the internet every day. So yeah. This is 145 floor for Marvel Comic 1. Oh my goodness, that was literally $90 this morning. Increased 50%. That's insane. Blood Gunslinger says, don't mind my name. I made this username when Red Red Redemption 1 came out. Now everyone thinks I'm gangster. Nice. Eric Soto says, "You think they will extend number of editions if we continue to get more users? Because then it." Didn't I just read that? Yeah, drops for yeah. We'll have more drops per week. Justin says, "I wish I bought more." Same time. PUBG Nakira YouTube says, "Talk about Fantastic Four. The comic is $70 now. Hey yo, that is Marvel's first family. They're going to make finally a good movie. Back in the day, they didn't make good movies for Fantastic Four. They're bad. They're crap. But now, Kevin Feige at the helm, I am very, very excited on what they're going to do. And that will just drive up the price of anything that they have." Giovanni Day says, "Eric, they will have to raise editions due to demands. Don't forget that the collectibles and comics will not be their only moneymakers. We have no idea what's coming in the Veveverse." So again, they did say that the comics or any of the collectibles that they are collectibles, and they don't want to have such high mints that they're not considered collectibles anymore. So we'll see how much they raise them. Brendan Z says, "Rather have Bronson or Tristan Eaton ultra rare?" I like cats, so Bronson. That's just my opinion, my personal taste. Pete there, hoy, says C3PO. Yes. Bloodgun Singer says, "Do you think the Ink Store's Eve is worth holding on to?" I do see a lot of people, like if we're going to all designer con, a lot of people mention either the extra larges, the apes, or they'll mention Cat Bronson, or yeah, they'll mention the ink one. So that is one of the more mentioned ones. I think that'll have a little bit more demand than a lot of the others at DesignerCon. But I mean, there's probably going to be better ones that'll be worth more in the future. That's my opinion. Eric Soto says, "I agree the Veveverse will be insane. That's what I was thinking about raising editions, but it might decrease scarcity, but there will be a lot more users, so a win-win, I guess." That is also true. That's why I think renting comes out, though. Brennan Z's laughing. Panda Loves Piano says, "Randy deserves to be a billionaire." Well, if I still live relatively modestly, and let's say next year I sell 5 million Omi, and I get down to 110-ish million, and then in 2023 I start selling 1 million Omi per year, and let's say the minimum it goes down to is 10 cents, $100,000 a year is not bad to live on. It's more than I make now. So, I could do that and live comfortably, and then at the end 2030, when I have 100 million Omi left, and maybe it's not $10, but maybe it's $5. And if that happens, well, I have $500 million. That's just ridiculous. All right, moving on. Price prediction for 2030, $3 to $5. Give or take. And I think that's pretty conservative. Justin says, "Tomorrow feels like Christmas." I know, right? Bloodgun Slinger says, "I'm invested in Omi and Earth 2/Upland. Do you think there's a future for Upland? I feel like they're targeting a younger audience. Maybe Earth 2 is more like WoW, while Upland is more like Wizards 101. So a lot of people that do play Earth 2, they're not like kids. They're older people. They're college educated, and they have money. So I don't know how much, if it does become popular, it'll drive a lot. But I never really tried Upland. I had looked into it before. I don't remember anything really bad about it. I just remember all right, Earth 2, in my opinion, was better. So that's why I bet my chips on that horse. Nordlarp says, "What are your guys' price target on Omi?" Well, it depends on the time frame, and also depends what happens. If we get exchanges in December, we might hit 1 to 2 cents. I don't think we will, though. I think that will be done with Immutable and probably MTL as well by December, late December. But I don't think we're going to get exchanges until January. So that being said, we'll probably be at 0.008, give or take, in December. We might even stay around here. It's just as soon as we get on exchanges and again, even if we do that in January, I'm thinking that out of the 3 or 4 exchanges that they have lined up, one of them is probably really good. One of them is probably a Gemini, a KuCoin, or a Kraken, which will give us a lot of liquidity. And the others will probably be kind of like OKEX or Bit4X. They'll be like okay, but So I really think 2 cents by January, 3 to 5 cents by February, and then 8 to 10 cents by March. As long as we get one decent, uh, as long as we get one decent, what is that? Exchange each month. Once we do that, then I think that's very possible. Moving on. Kurt says DM'd it to you for when you have a sec. All right, let's take a look. See. Something about a Christmas gift with a kid and maybe I will at some point. I don't know. He's asking me recent tap trades to do that. I'll let you know. That was good. Ramsey says, I'll be refreshing Andre's channel tomorrow, waiting like a boy on Christmas. Be advised, Andre's channel is probably just going to announce that, what he has with collectibles. Maybe he says he's more bullish on the collectibles than he is on Omi. Maybe he says he's finally sold some Omi for these collectibles. I don't think he would do that. I think he would just add more to the collectibles. I don't think he would sell his Omi, especially at a loss. But I do think that he'll say, like, it's not just he's buying this, and this. He's like, no, I bought a bunch of these, a couple of these, and then a bunch of these. Again, Foster Hilt reached out to him, and Andre Jick shouted him out in one of his videos, saying, yeah, Foster Hilt reached out to me, and Foster's very good at that. He's very good at networking. But I don't think he's going to announce anything crazy. Mark Hunt says the Veve fam is lit. I agree. Nordlab says, what is happening tomorrow? Well, Andre Jick is releasing his video. It's going to be about a Comey, I think mostly. And then a lot of people are speculating that that's going to be an announcement of Pokemon. That's going to be an announcement, but I don't think so. I think it'll just be what he likes, what he doesn't like, how much maybe he's saving for the Veveverse. Again, it's all speculation until tomorrow, but I'm excited to watch it too. New York Patriots, hello, Randy. Moist MSG says, are you waiting for Andre's 12/3/21 video? I mean, I'll be happy to see it, but again, I'm very busy tomorrow. I might not even see it, but it might be a topic of discussion, so who knows? Justin says, I'm getting the jab because Big Bird said so. Aw. Says, let's get Wendy a new place. Yeah, Wendy deserves to be safe. Apparently, again, what she said on my stream yesterday was that she's cool where she is, but like a few blocks away from her, you don't want to really be a woman at night. And she deserves to be safe. David Perez says, is Veve not available in China yet? It is if you want to download it, but it's not in Chinese. It's not in Mandarin. It's in English, so it's hard. Gooseneck says, Randy, do you speak Spanish? Very, very little. It's really sad, but yeah, it's not that much. Tylo says, the Veveverse is beyond our imagination. I can't name anybody in my life that isn't attached to these brands. They own space in all of our heads. I agree. Now, be advised, when the Veveverse first comes out, it's probably just going to be able to walk around, and it might be glitchy or buggy, but it'll be cool. I can't wait for it. I don't think we're going to have like a Ready Player One until like end of the decade, maybe. But like gamification from even third parties, I think it's very, very doable. It just says, Veve, please make an NFT of Randy's Shaker Cup. That's good. David Rosen's mom shares, strange. It's hard to have coherent existence when there's no common language. I wonder why the lack of ability to speak English is widely promoted in the U.S. I think it's just political parties just saying like, oh no, we'll make things easy for you. Just vote for us in the next election. And people are like, okay. I think that's as simple as that. Brian Wise says, do you think Storm, Ultra Rare, or Secret Rare is a good buy? But listen, I bought Storm. The Storm NFT in general is historic because I think it's the first colored woman on the app. It's the first African American woman that was in Marvel Comics. At the time, Marvel Comics only had Black Panther and Luke Cage. Black Panther was black, not American. He's from Wakanda. Luke Cage was, in Harlem. And actually, that's where Storm was. She was I think she was born in Harlem. But then she, at like 6 months old, because of all the political and racial strife that was going on, parents moved her to Egypt, but she was born in, I'm pretty sure it was Harlem. And then she moved to Egypt. But yeah, it's the first woman like that, one of the leaders of the X-Men. I bought it at $1,900. It's like $875 now. If I didn't buy it at $900, I'd definitely buy it now. That's just what I would do. Sean Gill says, if Omi goes to 2 cents within 6 months, I would be so geeked. I think it'll be that by January. Brendan Z says, good night, Randy. Good night, Brendan Z. Frankie Boy says, so what's tomorrow? Sandra Dick's video. Only Player One says, did Veve really meet with Gary Vee again recently? Any speculation? Maybe Omi for his project to gain Veve users? No. If they did, it was probably off the books. Like, I don't think anyone really had a conversation with him. Oh, but also, guys, be advised. I can't believe I didn't even bring this up before. Go to my photos here. So, Binance NFT. Not Binance by itself, but Binance NFT, who has about 320,000 followers and is only following 244 people. But one of those people is Veve Digital Collectibles. Yeah. One of those people is that, and I think that you have a really good argument. Oh, hang on. I have a really good argument for them saying that, hey, we might actually partner with Binance later this year, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect that until I guess later next year. But again, I would expect KuCoin, Kraken, Gemini, and Coinbase well before Binance. I didn't expect that at all. So moving on. Brendan Z says, something secret going on with MC1 Commons. No way just one person can move the price that much. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of people. Midnight Run 911 says, Venkatesh Murray tweeted about it. I don't know what that means. Connor says, good news. Meta platform has announced its decision to reverse its policy that prevents crypto ads on its platforms. Heyo! Maybe Omi ads at some point? Question mark? Has this ever happened to you? Sorry, it's a BoJack Horseman reference. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed my rants for the first 17 minutes of this video. I apologize for that. So thank you for you guys listening. That was really fun. But again, I have a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. I really do need sleep because I didn't sleep last night because of the the really scary stuff. So ask me anything right now before I bounce. I'm gonna start mining pi again. I'm gonna go and I'm going to ping inactive, and then it's gonna say inactive members of your team have been notified. Oh, thank you. Curtis, Sparky. So it says, in the Veveverse, I want there to be buyable fire pits and Omi rings made out of wood so we can burn the Omi wood and chat around the fire. And Sparky says, sounds like a cult. Oh, Sparky, you crazy. Sparky's great. She's a lot of fun at Decon. What else we got here? Tweet sent. Jeremy Patterson saying, let's go. Jeremiah Alyang says, great to see you, Taps. Oh, what? Oh, yo, Taps and Jeremiah Alyang. Heckin', oh my god, they met up. Dude, that is so cool. I love those people. Oh my god, those people are my babe. Pizza party meetups, let's make this a thing. NFT Bay Area, NFTs, Veve, Bay Area. Oh my god, these peeps are my homies. That was so fun to see. Kenneth Romero says, Omi, lock and key. AJ says, I have Pi as well, and Bcoin or whatever. I never really messed with B. So I didn't think anyone else knew about it. Yeah, it's free crypto. Imagine when we're able to move the Veve collectibles on the ETH and Binance chains. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much for listening. I do have to sleep or I'm going to puke. Omar says, thank you and appreciate your awesomeness. You and Dashi are great. Everyone check out Star Helix and Kyle Wilson on YouTube, at EQ_crypto, at Hey David Don, and at not Star Helix on the Twitter. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Yeah. It was Moms, I like Whammons. Thank you guys for the super chats. I love you all. I'll see you later. Have a good night, Jennifer. Goodbye. Yeah.